Hi everybody, German Shepherd Man right here, GermanShepherdMan.com. And we're going to talk about something in this video. This is going to be part of a series of strange things that German Shepherd dogs, or dogs in general, eat. This video is going to be about why do German Shepherd dogs, or dogs in general, eat grass? And they often throw up after eating the grass. We're going to talk about that right here in this video, GermanShepherdMan.com. Now, before we get into the video topic, I want to let you know, as always, if you'd like to be a part of our e-letter every week, all you have to do is go to our website, GermanShepherdMan.com, and when the box comes up, give us your name, your email address, and the country where you are, and you'll automatically be on our e-letter, and you'll get to see things nobody else does. So it's really easy, and thank all of you. We're over 6,600 people on that list now. It's a lot of fun, and we're having a lot of interactivity, and we're about to launch some e-letter videos. That is going to be fun. So go ahead, GermanShepherdMan.com, and sign up for the weekly e-letter. Why do dogs eat grass? And why do they sometimes, after they eat grass, they throw it up? I mean, let me tell you about my very first dog. First dog I ever had in my life. My mother was allergic to dogs, so I couldn't have a dog until I left home. So when I was finally in my last month of college, I bought a German Shepherd dog, and he was amazing. He was just fantastic. His mother was a show line dog with German heritage. His daddy was solid black, and that's why when I kind of fell into love with solid black German Shepherds. But you didn't see them much. This was back in the 70s. I'm like 20 years old and just finishing the end of my junior college and getting my associate's degree, get this dog, and I had a job that summer. Right after finals, I kicked into this job where I could have my dog with me. I worked 7 days a week, some days from 8 a.m. till midnight, and no breaks. I mean, it was a great job, and I could have my dog there. So this first dog made a huge impression on me, and I worked at the farmer's market, and he and I were there all day and into the night for months. So we lived together all day for all those months, and that's when I started learning how to train a German Shepherd dog. My uncle was in the military, and he taught me some of the things that the military handlers would do with their German Shepherds back then. And I'm like, well, I can do that. I can learn how to do that. So that's how I started off. But this is an interesting thing. In that job, every day, we had a big roll-up front doors. It was at the farmer's market, roll-up front doors where I left them open all day long. And there was a back door, and every day my dog wanted to go out the back door. If he wanted to do his business, he'd go to the back door, and I'd open the door and he'd go out. But every morning, 10 o'clock, I mean, you could almost set your watch on it. At 10 o'clock in the morning, he wanted to go out the back door, and he'd go out and he'd eat grass. I'd just watch him. He'd eat grass. And then, he'd walk around 2, 3, 4 minutes maybe, and then he'd start doing this. And he'd be walking, and then he'd throw up. The first time it happened, I was like, oh, what's wrong with my dog? And I talked to the vet about it. He said, a lot of dogs eat grass, not a big problem. So every morning, I'm working 7 days a week, so every morning, 10 o'clock, he's going to the door, and I'm letting him out, and he's eating grass, and I'm watching him, he's throwing it up. Now, another story about a dog I had just a couple of years ago, we have Bermuda grass around our house. It's a golf course type grass, and it's made for, on a golf course, a lot of times they'll take these big divots or chunks out of the grass, and you're supposed to go get the chunk and put it back and kind of replant it. A lot of people don't. So these golf course grasses are designed to, when there's a big chunk taken out of the fairway, that they quickly would grow in with these runners and cover up that chunked out, divoted area. So that's the kind of grass I have around my house. And I noticed I had a puppy and she was eating a lot of grass, because about 50% of my dogs eat grass. Not so much like my first dog, 10 o'clock in the morning every day. But I did have this puppy, and I was raising her up a couple of years ago, and she ate grass. Well, I let her out, and we were walking around, and she was hungry that day, and she ate. I watched her. I stood right there and watched her. She ate a lot of grass, and I didn't think about it. I mean, dogs eat grass. So she ate a lot of grass that day, and it was this Bermuda, real wiry runners, and I was amazed at how much she ate. Down the road, I realized, hey, she was hungry. It was time for her evening feeding. But anyway, she ate this grass, and then a day or two later, she didn't want to eat, and she was getting lethargic. I'll take her to the vet. We did and I didn't put two and two together. We did an x-ray of her, and sure enough, there was something in her stomach that just didn't look right, and it hit me. Wow. She ate that grass, that wiry Bermuda grass, and it went in there. She was hungry, ate more than she normally did. It's in there like wires, and she's little or younger. She was maybe 5, 6 months old. And it couldn't pass. And I told the doc, I said, wow, this may be what it is. He said, I bet it is. So we left her up there for a day or two and did what they do. They flushed her with fluids and IVs and stuff. Anyway, she didn't have to have any surgery or anything. She passed it and it was fine. And I learned a huge lesson. Don't let your dogs feast on wiry Bermuda grass. So I learned that. But why do dogs eat grass and then some of them walk around for a few minutes and then throw it up? My first dog, back to the first dog in the 70s. What I learned in recent 15 years is that, number one, there are a lot of reasons dogs could eat grass. A lot of reasons. One is they're looking for fiber because it's not in their diet. Back then, I was just feeding cheap dog food. I would buy eggs and put eggs in his food. I would occasionally get a cheap can of food and mix some canned dog food in there, you know, just to kind of, I was a young guy. I mean, I didn't know. And he ate and he did okay, but it was cheap, not good quality food, but I didn't know. So now, since we feed a very good quality food, we feed Victor Hero Canine. It's 5 out of 5 stars on Dog Food Advisor, and it is great. It does a lot of good things. It has good fiber and so forth. One thing they might be looking for when they eat grass is a good quality fiber or a better quality food. They might be needing something like probiotics. They might be needing minerals that they're not getting if they're on a not so good food or just a terrible food, like I was feeding my first dog in the 70s. So one thing, it's really important to feed a really good quality food. It's so important. I can't tell you how important it is. And the second thing is minerals. You guys know that I feed vitamins and I also feed minerals. The vitamins that we use, they're very important. But I learned in the past few years about minerals and sea kelp. This sea kelp is a breeder in Texas. She was awesome. She's passed now. She was just outstanding. I just really loved her. Bought a dog from her some time back. She was really awesome, and she just knew a lot. She was an AKC judge. I mean, Miss Jillian was fantastic. And she taught me about this particular kind of sea kelp, and this is minerals. Great food, great vitamins that many of you know that I feed. It's on our website. And these minerals, wow, unbelievable. And we're going to leave in the description, we're going to leave a link to the vitamins and these minerals that we use. They're really important. And because we feed great food, great vitamins, great sea kelp minerals, my dogs do not have the eating grass like they used to years ago. Layla the lovely, she is a dog that eats grass. and throws it up. She's like my very first dog back in the 70s. She gets great food, she gets great probiotics, she gets great vitamins, she gets great minerals, but she's just a dog that wants to eat grass and a few minutes later throw it up. Now, there are a lot of reasons for this. Veterinarians, there are a lot of articles published. There are a lot of different reasons, but it appears that 25%-ish of German Shepherds, or dogs in general, are just going to eat grass for unknown reasons. We're not really sure why. But I just wanted you to know so that you won't make some of the mistakes I've made, like the Bermuda wiry grass. Don't let them eat too much, and feed a good food, good vitamins, good minerals. And one more thing, do not use heavy herbicides, pesticides, synthetic fertilizer, and so forth on your lawn, if you have a lawn, and if your dog is eating grass out on your lawn. Very important. One of the things that I have learned about that particular thing is my dogs go out and eat grass. I used to plant this ryegrass in a certain part, and they really like the ryegrass. And that ryegrass during the winter, it would grow during the winter when the other grass was dormant, and they like to eat it. They like the taste of it. But at the end of its season in the early spring, it actually would have some little rye kernels on the end, and they like to eat that. They like to eat the seeds off the top because it's good fiber and it's good nutrition, and they just like that. So make sure, if you have a lawn and a dog that does eat grass for whatever reason, don't use too much, don't use any bad things on your lawn, okay? Synthetic chemicals. The fertilizer that we use is our free-range chickens. Our chickens are out and they're walking all around, and you know, they eat bugs and they do their poopies, and we'll have little chicken poopies all over the lawn. And when it comes to rain, or if I have to water the lawn for whatever, that's my fertilizer. So we have a really good system here. Make sure you have great food, great vitamins, great minerals, and probiotics. Put those probiotics into their food every once in a while. I'll put probiotics in their food 2 or 3 times a week just to make sure. I take probiotics. I eat yogurt with active cultures in there. Those are probiotics. You have good bacteria in your system. Dogs do too. And that good bacteria needs to be fed. It needs to have a little punch. So all those things, why do dogs eat grass? Nobody knows exactly, but if you follow these rules, I'm telling you, it'll be a good thing, okay? Thank you so much for subscribing. Real easy to subscribe. And when you do subscribe, a little bell will come up. If you'll click on the bell, that's a notification. It'll come up and say, hey, brand new German Shepherd Man video just came up. So thank you so much. And all of you e-letter people, wow, that has been so much fun. Again, from all of us here at German Shepherd Man Land, thank you. GermanShepherdman.com.